know Katrina, she picks her daughter up from work, like
Okay.
just a little before this too. So
Yeah, well, me and you will just shoot the shit right here. So, all right.
sweet.
So
Yeah, that's great.
let me get the intro rolling, and then we'll start talking here. So, all
Okay.
right. Good morning, everybody. This is Eureka John with Eureka Street Crypto Hub. I am broadcasting live on YouTube this morning, and I want to get off this YouTube habit. You know, this is it's bad for my health. I need to get back to the decentralized streaming services. I preferred Theta, but apparently they're having some bandwidth. It takes a lot of bandwidth, and my internet connection is been kind of sloggy the past few days, but I've been using YouTube as kind of a backup. I've also used Float, and I want to try doing Odyssey as well. But yeah, you know, there's other options out there besides YouTube. It is 6:53 in the morning on a Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. I do this every single day, so thanks for jumping on and even listening after the fact. This morning is kind of an unusual morning. It's not just my usual rambling. I am, if you can see on my screen, I am in Discord, and I am in the cool teachers room for the International Book Club, and I'm talking to Ernest of Gaia here, who's invited me to come sit in. So yeah, come check it out if you're in the Bankless DAO. But let me let Ernest of Gaia first introduce himself and talk about what the heck is this all about here. All right. So, hey, Ernest, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good, John. Thanks for having your show.
Yeah, thanks. So you are
Yeah.
a member of the Bankless DAO, and you are the founder of the Nomad Blockchain Research LLC. You go up and down the West Coast and Turtle Island, I believe, and you're basically promoting blockchain and decentralization application literacy to people.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty. Yeah, that's the Bankless journey, right? It's the
Yeah.
short version of it. Yeah. So yeah, welcome, book club member folks. This is a little bit unusual book club session, but it happens to be at the same time as John's show. Um, Basically, for about 15 years now, I've been mostly my background is in organic agriculture and permaculture in particular. And basically, for the last 15 years, I've been working on my ecological footprint. And in the beginning of June, I had been for 4 years living in a van and living in cooperative arrangements on farms in Oregon. And June, I had also been doing, learning about trading, learning about crypto since the end of the ICO boom in 2017. And in June, I just decided, to stop doing 4 jobs and let go the half of them, the farming jobs, and to move into my van full time and start a research company for blockchain research. And, just essentially attending meetups in like San Francisco and some places in Oregon. And then in July or August, I joined the Bankless DAO, and I had been watching them. A lot of people say this, that they've been watching Bankless DAO on YouTube for a while. I've been watching for almost, over a year, and I was like, I just got to check it out. I kept looking at NFTs and I was like, forget the NFT. I'm just going to buy some bank and be a member. I had already, been going to the Bankless YouTube channel, for like Ethereum news in particular. And when I, got in the Bankless DAO, you realize that the DAO is a lot different and a lot more than just the YouTube channel that kind of started the Bankless movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that the DAO was only 4 years old. It's the biggest Discord I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's, I call it like an ocean is what it seems like when you first get into the Discord.
Yeah.
But people are just real welcoming. And I found a large group of people doing what I was trying to do by myself. And so I've just jumped in, trying to transition to that full-time crypto. I do have like trading skills, if I need if I need disposable income, but otherwise I can just slowly, try to find ways to earn crypto. I kind of like to tell people I earn crypto for walking, for driving, for browsing, for searching, for social media, for uh, all kinds of stuff inside the DAO, because people are always tipping you for, you help somebody with a little something here or there, or some editing, or some graphics work, or note taking. Yeah, so being in the DAO space and blockchain in particular, games, I play video games, and I do it all from a van.
Wow.
And so my electronics are completely run by solar. I'm currently parked outside of Starbucks.
No way. So you're like
Yeah.
a full-on cyber crypto hippie. Complete digital nomad.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty accurate description, I suppose.
That is rad, man. That's I, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm a complete, like stable guy living in the suburbs with, my, wife, kids, and a cat, and just, and something I dream about is this whole like, grass is greener on the other side type of life is exactly what you're living in. It's pretty cool to hear, and I get to live vicariously through you in a way. So.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, it's different. And hello, Katrina. Yeah, well, my main premise is that we have a rapidly changing environment.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a climate refugee in the United States, displaced by, you know, um, by essentially displaced by the dominant culture not making any changes. And it's as a farmer, when you travel and you're growing food and you're depending on the weather every day,
Oh wow. Yeah.
you can really see, the changes that are happening. And so I just decided, there was a report put out by um, I don't know, one of the big international agencies. I don't know if it was the Health Food Organization or somebody, but essentially they expect immigration within the United States to like double over the next 10 to 15 years.
Now you're talking about emigration,
And
not immigration, right?
correct.
Yeah.
This isn't people from other countries
Yeah.
moving around in the US. This is people within the US. And currently there are 25 cities in the US that are um, planning on moving or dissolving their
Wow.
their city corporation. So I've done a lot of disaster relief work, usually around kitchen work. So I like to travel and do that as well. And yeah, I'm kind of just preparing and trying to map out infrastructure on the West Coast to support communities as they have to migrate
Wow.
in the U.S.
Yeah, you.
Well, and I think that,
Well, I noticed
go ahead.
from your website and your about me and everything that you're really making steps to help people move off of these centralized apps and websites like YouTube and Google, and I'm trying to get them to move into Brave and Pre-Search and stuff like that, and Odyssey rather than YouTube. And so yeah, you're educating
Hello.
people, which is great. Hey, I don't want to crash the book club meeting, so if you guys have an agenda to start on, yeah, I definitely want to take a back seat and let you guys, so I can observe what you guys are doing.
Sure. Well, Christina has joined us, or Katrina. Maybe she can give an intro if she would like for, just the book club, and then we can get started on what we've read the past week. And then, yeah, we can hop back into, your podcast and kind of close it out, or,
Yeah,
if
that
your
sounds
audience
great.
has any questions. Yeah. How are you doing this morning, Katrina? She may be having audio problems, Leslie. We can hear you, Katrina, even if
See,
you
the mic
can't
is turned
hear
off.
us. Yeah, well,
There.
there we go. We heard that. Yeah, so this is mostly what we do in the DAO, is when we get together, we help each other out with technical difficulties, um, MetaMask issues,
Well, isn't that part
things
of the
like.
whole education process of teaching people to lean into technology in a way that they've never really done before, especially decentralized technology, and kind of what you've been doing as far as teaching people about pre-search rather than Google, Brave also, and other various forms of decentralized technology. I know Discord's not decentralized, but there is a learning curve with it, and a lot of people who want to get into crypto and they see money being made and the culture and the community, but they have a hard time with the tech. You there? Hello? Uh-oh. Hmm. Let's wait and see if we get any more audio jumping on.
Okay, I don't know what I did, but I can hear now.
Oh, hi, Katrina.
Yeah,
Hello.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you heard my last
And
little
me make
rant. But
free. I didn't, because I don't know what I did, but my sound wasn't working, and I just kind of moved my hard drive a bit, and everything came good. So no, I didn't. I could see the little screens flashing like as though you were talking, but I couldn't hear anything.
okay.
yeah. So Katrina, we were just getting ready to start the book club sessions. Were you wanting to run the agenda today?
I was going to offer to do notes instead, but
Okay, yeah. If you want to do the notes, I can do the agenda.
okay. I gather Merkel's not coming. That's just
Correct.
there on.
Yeah, I just retitled the Sunday notes because we didn't do one Sunday.
Okay,
so
let me just find them. I did have them, now I've lost them. Okay, yep, keep going.
So if sweet. So if folks don't know, we basically rely heavily on two technologies here in the DAO space. One is definitely Discord. The other one is Notions. It's kind of like our version. It's like a super Google Docs. um, but essentially, what we do is we usually give space for introductions. Would you like to give an introduction, Katrina, since this is partly for John's show as well?
Okay, I'm Katrina. I think we've covered that part. I'm in Sydney, in Australia. I'm a librarian. So I do like books very much, but more so I just like connecting people with information. So yeah, and fairly new to the blockchain space. Pretty new to DAOs and so on, and just trying to learn all I can.
So can I ask you a question about your journey into crypto?
Yeah, sure.
So being a librarian and an academic librarian, I've actually been in the academic librarian space myself before in the past, but
Cool.
I just am wondering what brought you to crypto. Was it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people come in through, they see other people making money in the space. Other people see the art and the NFTs, and that's what draws them in. What brought you?
It was actually a webinar about a research blockchain product, which I was trying to remember the name of earlier, and I think it's called Artifact. It's Artifacts. And it's a blockchain product that somebody has put together, building the ledger of record for research. So it's somebody that's wanting to be able to have a space where people can upload unpublished material and have the blockchain record it as they were the ones who did this work first. You can share it with other people, or you can just keep it private, but the record is there that you've created this work. So that's how I actually, and there were some academics there that were talking about how much blockchain is going to influence everything we're doing, and it's not just about finance. And so that just kind of got me curious, and I started to look into all the different applications, but obviously then along with all of the everything blockchain comes an investigation of DeFi as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the whole aspect coming from a librarian standpoint of classification, categorization, and storage. I mean, it's just right down blockchain's alley.
That's right. And yeah, because I've worked in the university repository for many years, and had the title of metadata coordinator. So I'm all about the metadata.
Wow. Yeah. That whole sector of, I guess, industry in a way has come a long way since I was in it. I was working in the library during graduate school, but yeah,
Right.
no such thing as metadata back then.
Were you shelving?
Yeah.
I love
down in the
the
stacks.
shelving.
Yeah.
My first job was a shelver. I loved it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'll let you
Yeah,
guys
no,
get to your agenda here.
yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, we don't stick to real tight agendas in the book
We're
club.
just going to talk about libraries now.
Yeah. Well, that's a perfect example too. Like, I didn't know that the DAO has like, research projects going on all the time. And, we're organizing things in Google Docs and spreadsheets, and sometimes building our own databases and stuff. And the library world has been trying to figure out how to like share and relate data for a long time, and they even have some of their own protocols to do it. And I just think it's a matter of time before, there's just a lot more awareness throughout all the spaces, instead of just DeFi and NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
But so sometimes we have in the book club a topic or theme that that folks agree to kind of collaborate around. Our book club, we have 2 or 3 sessions throughout the week to try to hit different time zones. and it's kind of each group is allowed to decide how they want to read and how they want to present what they read. And it doesn't include just reading, but if you listen to a podcast or watch a video, it's really just about discussing what you've studied, what you've learned, and sharing that with other people. And yeah, welcome Zaps to the book club session. Would you like to give a quick little intro? We are also streaming over the Eureka Crypto Street.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Zaps. I'm on gas pass, so I'm just traveling around everywhere in the DAO trying to figure out what's going on. I saw you guys were in education, so I was just popping in, see what was up, and I'm glad you said that you don't have to read, that you can listen to podcasts and stuff, because I don't have time for reading right now. But yeah, it's a cool idea. I'm just curious to hear the conversation. Always wanting to learn more stuff. So
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for coming. We'll give Blazing Mike an opportunity to do an intro if they would like, and then we'll just start from the top down in the Cool Teachers Room channel, and we'll just kind of go over, share something that we've learned this week. Would you like to give an intro, Blazing Mike? Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon from Africa. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a front-end developer. Yeah. I'm also a student. I create contents about blockchain and crypto. So I'm very enthusiastic about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and the Web3 revolution. So I just joined this DAO few days ago. So I'm just here to learn, meet great people, and probably work on stuffs to build my experience. Yeah. So it's so great to be here.
Awesome. And great to have you here. Yesterday, I believe the Bankless Africa folks started a channel in the Discord. Were you part of that group that's been?
Oh, yeah. I was part of the group.
Yeah. Do you just want to tell us? Man, I tell you, that was probably the coolest thing that I learned over the last week. So I listened to the Bankless Africa folks tell me what was going on. Would you just like to give a brief little intro for Bankless Africa and maybe, how you're trying to,
Okay. So the Bankless Africa, I think some of the guys some of the members have created a proposal already season 1. So I think they were already working on it from season 1 or so, but that time as said by the guy, the people working on it, they said in season 1 the DAO was still trying to figure out a lot of things, so that proposal did not go through. Yeah, but the whole goal of the Bankless Africa is just to bring crypto education to the African continent. So just mass participation of African in the crypto space, DeFi, DAOs, NFTs. So it's basically just education in improving improving the adoption and participation of Africans. Yeah, since the general or the bigger vision of the Bankless DAO is to onboard 1 billion people to DeFi. Yeah, so same for Bankless Africa, trying to align that goal with the goal of the Bankless DAO as a whole. So it's just to improve crypto education, particularly DeFi, the Web3, DAO, and yeah, topics like that, to the African continent as a whole. So that's just the general vision of the Bankless Africa.
Thanks. Yeah, and what is I learned recently that there's still 15 nations in Africa that are still colonized under French governance, and those 15 countries are forced to use the franc. They are forced to offer like first rights to any of their goods that they sell outside their country. They got to offer it to France first before the international market. And yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum are, both alternatives for some of those folks to get off of their dependence on the fiat system there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And one of the reasons why I'm excited about the whole crypto and Web3 space in Africa is because the rate of inflation in Africa is very alarming. Yeah. So, countries like Zimbabwe, I've seen large percentage of inflation over the years, to the extent of their currency devaluing, I think over 1,000% of or so. I'm not sure about that. But Africa as a whole, we have a problem with inflation and the whole stuff. And the game, I think the game is just rigged, and the only way the masses can the only way the masses can survive, you know, is crypto, having control over our money, having control over value, So that's why I'm excited about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, the whole Web3 space. It's just freedom from the shackles of regulators and government. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's much more apparent um, than in most U.S. cities or Western countries. Um, Sponge, thanks for joining us. Would you like to give a quick intro, and then we'll just move into topic discussions?
By writing content for the academy, and Top Signal Sets Guild, and anything too, or are we just doing intros?
We were just doing intros. Eureka John has us streaming on his show, so I just wanted, even though we may know some of each other a little bit, I just wanted to provide extra background for
Sure.
his audience. And
yeah, I wanted to pipe
Yeah,
in
yeah.
here real
Well,
quick.
my
I'm doing
audience,
a live
and,
stream of this.
thank
Sorry.
John for having. You good, bro? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing a live stream of this just to kind of give a sample of to my audience about what the DAO life is like, what you guys are talking about in here, that crypto is more than just about finances and about NFTs. It is about community, and this right here is an amazing example. I mean, we have people from Africa, Australia, West Coast of the United States. I'm from Austin, Texas. It's just like everywhere, and everybody's bringing their own perspectives and viewpoints and their experiences with crypto into this space, and how everybody has one common goal is to get bankless, because that is the one common denominator that everybody seems to be at the least annoyed with, and at the most completely oppressed by, is the banking institution.
did you want to finish your intro there, Sponge? I heard you were doing a lot of work with the academy.
Yeah, the academy is just like like a way to onboard people that are already on exchanges like Coinbase or Gemini or something like that. We can teach people how to actually use DeFi through like a learning application, like kind of like Duolingo or something like that.
Yeah, awesome. I really like helping with the well-defined tasks in the academy, and just being, just helping out where I can. It's definitely a very large working group. Okay, so I'm going to invite Craig Bott to record the topics.
Now recording.
Woo, so we now have Craig Bott in here hanging out with us. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and start with my topic of discussion, which is essentially this last week I've been reading proposals. One of the things we do in the DAO and in decentralized, cooperative spaces in general is that we always have discussions and brainstorms about, what we want to do or what we could do, but then eventually we try to move forward on those ideas and discussions and create proposals for either funding or governance organization or to propose operations for certain projects. And I guess my favorite, the one the one, I'm trying to find it real quick. The one proposal that I was most excited about, or that I had the most fun working with, was the book club proposal. It is a proposal that was kind of nice because it's just its own little social club within the Bankless DAO, and we really don't have a big mission other than to hang out and share with each other. And yeah, it doesn't just depend on books. It doesn't just depend on everybody reading the same thing. We all kind of read different things and then come together and do like a each one teach one type of format. One of the things that I'd learned through looking at the different proposals was that people see things differently. And one of the things that I've been most excited about in the Bankless DAO is that there's just so much space to get other ideas from people, and to build on each other's ideas. I kind of felt like the book club too had a lot of room for maybe being untraditional in its structure. And so while a lot of the guilds that require structure or projects that require a lot of structure have common roles like guild organizer or guild coordinator or treasury or secretary, kind of roles that are kind of carryovers from like Robert's Rules of Orders and kind of how we've organized and governed centralized structures. And so the book club proposal was, for me, a way to introduce new vocabulary and to just try to reimagine what roles might look like in different organizations. So the book club, we and I'm always trying to think of these roles as like, what if they were book characters? So essentially we have, we're proposing that we have a professor, a librarian, and then what I call a cyber scribe, who just helps take some of the summaries and the book club discussions and kind of makes a multimedia report out of it. And then we have two support roles. And at first we started out with everything really well defined and kind of focused on responsibilities and tasks. But I feel through some of the revisions that, I tried to, just try to describe how these roles can nourish the book club instead of here's the roles and here's what they need to do in order to do the things that book club needs. And so I've been thankful that people have put up with my writings in various proposals. But so the book club was a fun way to experiment, and I really encourage other folks to, get in on the proposal writing processes in their guilds and their projects. And yeah, and let's see what else is interesting. I guess that's really all I really wanted to say about the book club proposal in general. Um, and yeah, that's just something that I wanted to share, and I can pass it on to the next person. Blazing Mike, did you read or listen to anything this past week that you'd like to share with us?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. You okay about crypto Web3 generally?
Whatever you want. We had some folks talking about their science fiction that they were reading last week, so it's totally up to you. I've just read nothing but proposals these last couple weeks, so that's all it's.
Okay. So this last couple of weeks I've been in the I'll say I'm in a rabbit like hole. I've been like reading about Bitcoin, um and the economical part of the cryptographic part. I just want to understand how the whole Bitcoin stuff like really work in depth. Yeah, so that's what I've been reading this past week, and I've been listening to some um um I've been watching some videos from Andres. Yeah, you know this guy Andres, the guy who wrote Mastering Bitcoin. Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of videos from him. And okay, one of the things I would like to share is about the whole how Bitcoin is liberating people, and the economy. So we have the as you know we have the big guys, and they oh sorry, give me a minute to catch up. Okay, so how Bitcoin is liberating individuals. So it is just talking about the transparency of fiat currency. We don't know like the rate at which the central bank is minting the fiat currency. So inflation is inflation is the probability of inflation is very high, and the big guys also. So it's just talking about the banking cartel, the big tech industry, how how they are extracting from the people. So, and how Bitcoin is here to liberate us, to give us freedom, because you your finances, you control how you we it changes the way we think of value. Bitcoin is backed by maths and cryptography, so it is not backed by physical. It's like silver. You don't have any Bitcoin doesn't tell you there's a reserve that has about 40,000 tons of gold, and that's what Bitcoin is backed by. No, so Bitcoin is basically backed by mathematics and cryptography, because it fulfills all functions of money, and it's also trust and adoption. So I'll just put it this way: the rate at which people adopt Bitcoin, is directly proportional to its value. So the more people who are willing to accept Bitcoin as a mode of exchange, the more increase in the value of like Bitcoin. So like before, people used to think, oh, the value Bitcoin derives its value from speculation because it's scarce. Yeah, I just discovered that that statement is very wrong. We have many like say commodities, or we have many instruments that are scarce, but that does not mean they are valuable. So Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin doesn't essentially come from its scarcity. It's come from just trust and adoption. People trust the system and are ready to accept it as payment, and because it fulfills all functions of money, store of value, unit of account, and medium of exchange. Yeah. So in short, just to give a brief, it's just about I'm just learning about the economics of Bitcoin. I'm just inducing a little dose of skepticism to really asking questions to really get the in-depth and the technologies that make up the Bitcoin that make up Bitcoin, and also I'm exploring ways which I can, because I'm experimenting with something. I'm experimenting with, okay, can we have like can you because the goal of the bank is to bring on board people to DeFi, make people bankless. So there's this thing I want to do, going fully DeFi, no credit cards, no bank transfers for just like a month. That would really be interesting. Just using your decentralized applications, your DYDX, no centralized exchanges too, just using your decentralized applications for all what you want to do, from exchanging your currencies. And if you want to send something to someone, you can use your crypto to send it to that person. If you want to pay for stuffs, with your crypto. So I'm just trying to look at the feasibility of if you can separate yourself from the economy of a country that seems that the inflation rate is very high. Yeah. So those are some of these things I'm learning. Yeah, and I'm also writing some content, and I hope I'll get opportunity to share it with the team very soon. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's great. And that's totally different. Like in the US, there's a lot of people, kind of comfortable with the privileges that we have. And so speculation is what motivates us to try something that's fun or different or novel. But a lot of communities are just trying to figure out how to like grow and nourish their own communities. And so if they don't have a way by the dominant culture to determine their own value, they can never really have their own sovereignty.
Yeah. So it's a different landscape. People in the privileges people in the Western world enjoy sometimes. So I think that's what basically what defines us. Challenges make us think of ways we can innovate, and with stuffs we have. So people in the Western world, in the US, we don't have a problem saying, oh, let me go Bitcoin, I'm afraid of the inflation rate or something like that. Yeah, but people here in Africa, so I think sometimes when I'm reading something, or when I'm just alone, sometimes I think maybe Satoshi envisioned Bitcoin for countries like or continents like Africa, countries like Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah. So challenges just make us see the way we use things differently. Yeah. So what Bitcoin means to someone in the Western world, you know, it maybe will be different from maybe someone in a country with like an inflation rate of like, let's say like 40%. Yeah. So challenges just make us differently.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing all that with us. Does anybody else have questions for Blazing Mike? Otherwise, we can put Eureka John on the spot, find out what he likes to read.
Well, I mean, I do have a question for Blazing Mike. This is in regards to the recent developments in El Salvador, and there's been some very positive developments, and then there's also been some criticism about the average person on the street, in the towns and stuff like that, about their ability or motivation to learn and adopt Bitcoin. Would you say that something like that same type of criticism could be applied to people in Africa? But I do know that El Salvador has made it mandatory, a top-down control, that people must adopt Bitcoin. But in Africa, it's more of a voluntary experience. Can you give me kind of your perspective on that?
Okay, yeah. So El Salvador and Nigeria, yeah, the situation in El Salvador, I think it's a direct opposite of what's happening in Nigeria. I think crypto adoption in El Salvador is driven by the government. Yeah. So it's like, okay, like a compulsion, something like that. Yeah. And I'm happy for like that development. But what I'm concerned about, making people see reason why they should adopt Bitcoin. That is Bitcoin education. So the government shouldn't just, oh, you have to start using Bitcoin tomorrow as your legal tender. No, I don't know if they've done this, but organizing seminars and stuff, teaching people about Bitcoin and stuff like that. Yeah. So back to the question you asked. So in Nigeria, it's a different case. In Nigeria, the government are not in support of cryptocurrencies. In fact, early this year was one of the awful experiences people had with cryptocurrencies. The government banned that had relations with cryptocurrencies. So if you converted your cryptocurrency into your bank account, for some particular time frame, the bank the government ordered the bank to account, so it's very hard for you to, when you want to buy crypto currency, it's very hard for you to deposit money to an exchange through your account. Yeah, so the government is against cryptocurrency, because the economy is facing the economy is there is inflation. The value of it's it's getting weak against the USD. So I think the government is kind of confused, and they think and Nigeria is one of the countries that has the highest Bitcoin trading, cryptocurrency trading volume. Yeah. So the government is very confused. So they are against crypto. They think that's one of the reason why the currency is devaluing. And again, one of the reason is there's high rate of scam and fraud in African countries, in Nigeria. So, and one of the ways these scammers transport this money or move this money is through cryptocurrencies, because they are pretty much anonymous. So it's very hard for you to trace them. Yeah. So the government of Nigeria against cryptocurrencies, the old thing, they still don't understand. They still don't understand. Yeah. So so it's totally two different opposites. The government of El Salvador is supporting Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, giving their citizens some amount of Bitcoin. But in Nigeria, the case is opposite. Nothing to do with cryptocurrency. And I can tell you now, the government of Nigeria chain a digital currency. It's like a I say they are launching it as a competitor to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and they will kind of mandate the citizens to use that cryptocurrencies and that digital currency. So it's crazy, but as time goes on, I think people will still adopt Bitcoin more. With time, the people would win. Yeah. So the policies and the rules here, it's crazy for people, and it doesn't even feel as if we are in a democratized country. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. So yeah. So that's it. So you are in the US, right? Oh, okay. No problem. I think in the end, Bitcoin has a whole lot of it's for everybody. It's sound money, uh, irrespective of the geographical location, the economy of like, yeah. So it's for everybody.
Yeah. So welcome, Stuart. Oh, okay.
I almost didn't make it.
Oh no. Yeah, welcome, Asturias, if I said that correctly. We're just going down, allowing people to kind of give a summary of anything that they've read or listened to or watched over the past week that either they've learned from or that they've enjoyed reading to get a break from reading about blockchain. And so yeah, I think Eureka John was going to be the next person, and then we're just going down the list, and so we'll come to you next, and then to Katrina and Sponge, and We Love Colors.
Good stuff. Good.
Wow.